why am I tearing up right now?
Yeah,
if you
because
describe why,
it's
what the hell? What is that? What with that connection with your past? That the way music brings it. I started sobbing like a baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I saw this,
We're doing it now.
I've watched this 5 times, and I can't watch that scene without
bursting,
without tearing, without crying. I don't think I've ever seen a movie do this as well. To hold these two together, to hold sadness and joy together, and to say somehow they belong together. So this is a theme of the dreams we have in us that get squashed. That's what this movie is to me. It's those buried places in our lives that get a chance, if we're paying attention, to still come back.
Talking about Van Morrison.
I wanted to be good. I'd like to be
That thing in him to it's like for like the live, talking about Last Waltz, when he's really getting into it and he starts turning it on. That was one of my first exposures of freedom on stage.
in the middle of a performance.
In the middle of a performance. But what's strange is what I was more impressed with was his freedom in the studio. Because I feel like on performance, it's easier, at least from my experience, it's easier. There's like a certain kind of role you play standing up there playing, and it's easy while you're playing to kind of lose yourself in it because there's lights you can barely see. But there's something so self-conscious about being in a studio and knowing that when you're recording, it's on tape. Like you're recording for a record, and anything you do will be eternal in that sense, right. You know. So, and there's this tendency that I've experienced when recording records where, well, I better make sure I make the right choices in the studio. Live, it's fine, it's fleeting, you know. But in the studio, it's like you got to make the right choices because that's what people are going to hear. That's going to be the representation of you. That's going to be like the official form of the song from that point forward. And to hear things that Van Morrison was doing in the studio, I found far more impressive because that was freedom. That he was like, I'm going to be as free on stage in the studio and be okay with what's on tape. And then to have the nerve after to have listen back in the mixing room and be like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. You cool with this, Van? Yeah.
Well, they dropped a couple years ago the Moondance album, like a double album of all the other takes. So you got 7 Moondances, 6, Into the Mystics. And I just gobbled it up. Like, whoa. And there's little nuances that change each time in instrumentation. You can just hear him like, yeah, man, cool. All right. It's just so neat to hear him sounding very free in the background. Just, this is good.
You can tell, like, why I was so inspired by him early. And I'm so thankful that there's certain artists that I'm thankful that I got exposed to young. And I'm thankful that in my young age, I saw something that I liked versus like being young and be like, oh, that's weird. He's acting weird.
Right. When you're so self-conscious.
Right. Like, because I would
even
never.
On the behalf of someone else, that doesn't even.
But that's what happens. Like, oftentimes you judge somebody based off of what you see in yourself, and you're like, I don't want to be like that. But with Van, I could tell that he was really, really searching for something. And I wanted to be bold enough to search, at least let other people know of my search. And what's funny is that he's an introvert in an extroverted business. Is that the way you say it? Introvert, extroverted business. Yes.
Yeah.
He's so shy.
Yeah.
He's so quiet.
So
yeah.
I think, in some ways.
Yet here he is growling like a lion. Yeah. In the studio.
Yeah. He doesn't care. Yeah.
You guys listen.
I can relate to that. I wouldn't call myself shy, but I would call myself reserved. But there's something about being in front of 500 people, 1,000 people that allows, and they came because they want to hear me share something with them from my heart. So there's a permission they're giving me.
That's what I was going to say, a permission.
To go to a place that I don't typically go when I'm at a dinner party.
Yeah.
And it would be rather weird
It would be so weird if you went.
But I think that's the same for a musician. Like,
Yeah.
when they've paid their money to come to a show because we want to see you
Lead.
do your thing.
Yeah.
And doing your thing, if you're not just a lounge singer, it's going to demand a vulnerability that you put it out there. That is, it's not weird because that's what people paid their money for you to do.
Yeah. It's
They
like
want you to be more free. They want you to be more you. It's a support.
I think too, I mean,
Lifting up.
from my experience, we all want to be there. We all want to be into the mystic.
Yes.
We want to be free to bark like a lion. And we need these people to, like, we're almost saying, show us, like lead by example.
Yeah.
This is why I've watched this movie 5 times in 2 weeks. In fact, I watched it twice in one day. And then
Paddington? Huh? Paddington 2? Which one?
No, this is My Little Pony 16.
3D?
3D Pony.
All right, stop.
Collaborate
Go ahead, Chris.
and listen.
Okay, so
This is back when
Juan, you don't know
those
this
inventions.
because you have been on a Camino
Yeah.
for the last 2.5 weeks. But the last time I saw you was in Germany. And I got on an airplane and scrolling through the movies. And this movie, The Life of Chuck, that I had wanted to see for a while, I was like, oh, good, it's released on the plane. I have never in my whole life had such an emotional impact from a movie. The closest I can think of was Braveheart.
Wow.
It's a different genre of a movie.
Yeah.
But at the end of Braveheart, I just sat there as the credits rolled and that music and the tears were full. I couldn't move. I had just proposed to Wendy like 10 days earlier. We're sitting in the theater. The emotional impact of Braveheart was tremendous. The emotional impact of The Life of Chuck. Thank you, God, because I fly all the time. I got this free upgrade that put me in one of those cubbies.
Oh, wow.
Because if I had been sitting next to somebody right here, the blubbering that happened, I was able to, I had to like bury my head in this blanket and just sob and sob and sob because of what this tapped in my soul. And the divine orchestration that went on prior to my watching this, to get me to this place where I was just ready to receive the gift of this art. It remains a testimony to me of the power of good art. But I say this to our audience out there with full knowledge that you guys have only seen this movie once each. I've seen it 5 times. I've taken copious notes. I've watched probably 10 hours worth of interviews of the people who've made this movie. I am committed to this. And I know that, art hits people differently in different moments. And it may not do for other people what it did for me. But talking about it is not so much so that everybody gets to have the same experience with this movie. But I always say I share these experiences with art from my life to prime other people's pump, and to give them permission. Like, what is the art? What is the music? You guys were talking about Van Morrison. I like Van Morrison. Like, I've never heard a Van Morrison song and I'm just like, that's stupid. But I haven't done the deep dive that you guys have done into Van Morrison. But when I hear you guys talk about Van Morrison, it inspires me with the stuff that I do deep dives on. So my purpose in wanting to talk about this movie is not just to invite the whole world to go run out and watch this movie. Maybe that'll happen and maybe it'll bless some people. But to relish the gift of art and the power of art to reveal the heart and to uncover places in our own hearts. But But before I mean, I could just go on and on and on.
Yeah,
I want to hear your first impressions.
Well, I'm thinking
this
of
movie.
why that in our little chat here already that piqued a memory, and I want to open a door on it because it feels like there's a moment, I'll share my favorite scene in the movie where there was that little invitation to be free, and in allowing one person to shine, open up, and be absolutely free, everybody else is like, let's go.
Yeah.
So, the scene, I guess it's Act 2, and it's Tom Hiddleston. It was so great seeing Loki in this role of Chuck,
The movie has 3 acts.
3 acts, yeah. So 3 acts.
And they go in reverse
in
order.
reverse. It's a Stephen King short story.
Where's my camera, Juan? Who am I talking to?
Hello.
I can't even see it.
It's right here. Just look in that direction.
Oh, you're... Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
For us to talk about this movie, we have to talk about this movie. So if you want to go in cold to this movie and then come back and watch our commentary later, feel free. Now's your time to leave.
Although I will also say, like, this will probably juice you up to want to see it. It won't take away the potency of the film. But anyway, yeah, so Act 2, here's Tom Hiddleston walking. He's an accountant, right? He's carrying his briefcase. It's just your average guy walking through a town square. And there's a musician, a young woman who's playing the drums, and she's
a busker. She's
a busker who's just kind of...
Which is a strange thing to have a full drum set busker.
Yeah.
Only drums.
She just started off with a beat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and she's
wow,
almost,
that's bold.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's just showing up for work too.
Right.
And the narrator, who's Nick Offerman, Ron Swanson, I love that. The narrator is saying, like, she's just showing up.
All right, I'm going to read what the narrator said because
it's so good.
I took copious notes here.
But so we've got ordinary. You could bump into this later today or sometime this week.
The harmonious hum of life.
Ooh. Yeah, you got it? You got that?
Yeah, so she, the person who plays the drummer, the character of the drummer.
Yeah.
She's a real drummer, obviously. She's called the Pocket Queen on YouTube. She's got quite a following on YouTube. And I've seen an interview with her where she talks about the divine orchestration of being chosen to be in this movie. She's a woman of faith. Wow. And I just sensed that about her from...
Wow.
And she's never acted before in her life.
Oh, my God.
And her facial expressions through that whole...
Oh, that's delightful.
It's just brilliant. Anyway, in the movie, the character had dropped out of Juilliard, right? Formal music school. And this is what the narrator says. Juilliard wanted you to think about what you were doing. But as far as Taylor is concerned, she's the drummer, the beat is your friend and thinking is the... And she starts slow, that slow beat, just busking on the street. And nobody's really paying attention, and she's not really feeling it yet. But then the narrator says, but there's time. There's a way in. And finding the way in is half the fun, maybe even most of it. And a musician knows what he's talking about. Maybe a non-musician doesn't know what he's talking about. But Mike, I'm a musician as well, so I know exactly what he's saying. But maybe you can articulate what does he mean? This finding the way in is half the fun, maybe most of it. And she wasn't there yet. Yeah,
I would say to find the inspiration. When you put yourself out there, like we started talking about, it's a move. You're taking a step of faith, and very few times in my experience of performing have I just been able to be right in the slipstream of it, to quote Van Morrison.
Yeah.
So to the moment the curtain goes up, I'm in it. But you have to show up. So you take that first step. It's mechanical. You follow the
rubrics, so to speak.
The rhythm of it. You take the first step, and then in it, you start to understand why you start to sense the source of how it all began for you. That place that you first fell in love with, the why you play music.
Yes,
starts to come about. And then next thing you know, you're not thinking about the math. You're feeling the result of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what happens. And we witness it happen, not only to her, but to Mr. Businessman, Mr. Accountant,
right. So he's
walking down the street.
So this back to my impression of what struck me, your question, that as doing this and you're creating it. And I love, you're both musicians. I'm not really. You're making a gift. It's a gift for you, but you're also making a gift, and you want to just like let this thing overflow. And she's kind of waiting for a receptive, like somebody to receive. Where can I collaborate? Because it is a dance. Who's ready to receive this? Nobody's paying attention to me, and all of a sudden he stops.
Can I do the narration?
Yes,
what the narrator says. So the narrator says in the scene that Bill just described, Taylor has been on the job for 10 minutes now and has nothing to show for it. She sees Mr. Businessman type coming toward her, and something about him, God knows what. I love that line.
God
too.
knows what.
God knows what. Makes Taylor want to announce his approach. She slips first into a reggae beat, so she's changing up the beat. Then something slinkier. And for the first time today, Taylor feels a spark and begins to whack the cowbell on the downbeat.
And she's playing to his walk.
Yeah, she's playing to his walk.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, says the narrator. The groove has arrived. And at this point, when the narrator says the groove has arrived, the drummer closes her eyes and just leans her head back a little bit.
So good.
She's found it. She's entering in. It's like the doorway to Narnia or something like that. A portal has opened up, and she's feeling it. And this Mr. Businessman walking in his business suit with his briefcase, he's feeling it too, and she's noticing that he's feeling it. And they're like, "We're feeling this together. Where's this going to go?" The groove has arrived. And the groove is something you want to follow, says the narrator. She could speed the beat up, get some tom in there. Tom means one of the other drums. But she's watching Mr. Businessman, and that seems wrong for this dude. She believes Mr. Businessman will just go on past, on his way to the business hotel. And when he's gone, Taylor will switch to something else. But instead of floating on by, he puts his briefcase down. And?
By the way, you're doing a great Ron Nick Offerman. You sound just like
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden, I've been arrested, right? We talk about beauty arresting us.
Yeah.
And Pope Benedict talks about it being a shock that pierces and opens us up. So he's just, something's just smacked him. And he puts it down. And then the moment where he just starts, the groove gets in his bones. So there's like this reception of it. And the thing with the hand, when he puts his hand up and does that 2-finger wag, because when you watch the film, everybody watch the film, it's a memory that goes right back to grandma and seeing her in the kitchen doing that.
Why am I tearing up right now?
Yeah,
if you describe why, what the hell? What is that? What with that connection with your past? That the way music brings it out.
Because it to me it means that it means something. It's not just mundane, harmonious hum of life. There's meaning in it all, and there's an opportunity for us to remember, which gives it meaning.
I started sobbing like a baby. When I saw this,
we're doing it now.
I've watched this 5 times, and I can't watch that scene without
bursting,
without tearing, without crying. Like
I think
big tears.
It's so flippin' cosmic, right? And then it's so particularly. Oh God, the word has become flesh, like this little, and he goes like that, and it's suddenly the music of the celestial spheres. It's all the Song of Songs, all music. He's like an antenna. This is like the antenna. And grandma did it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's like, poof, the lightning bolt will come right down into that openness. And then, oh my gosh. Yeah, I just think it's like saying, let it be done unto me according to your music. Almost. Let it in. And
what's
then
that?
all heaven breaks loose. I almost said all hell breaks loose, but all heaven breaks loose into so much freedom.
And he grabs this other woman in the crowd.
Oh my gosh. And that's the thing about it. It's radiant. It just goes, ripples out, and everybody's free. And they're in like this eternal now where nobody's thinking about, there's no business anymore. It's all play.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, why we burst into tears, because we're made for that. We're made for play.
Yeah, I think of
what's beautiful is that, and what I thought of when I was watching that scene was the gift that she was giving was received.
Yes.
Right.
She sees it.
Yes. Yes.
He receives the gift, puts the briefcase down, and enters into communion with her.
Yeah.
And she receives the gift of the gift being received. And it becomes a cyclical common union that they experience. And that becomes that cyclical thing that just sparks fly off of it.
Oh, yeah.
And people are attracted
They're
to
all
it.
catching it.
Juan, can you see if we can find this scene?
Oh, this
Is it
dance.
the Life of Chuck? Best
Life of
dance
Chuck
book?
dance scene.
Dance scene, yeah.
I mean, there are a couple dance scenes in the movies, but the one with the drummer.
And it's like the drummer, Taylor,
Could it
in
be
the movie.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
She's like the conductor. She's like the Holy
How long
Spirit.
is that?
And then the two come in. Oh,
6 minutes.
Yeah,
Almost 7.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Taylor has been on the job for 10 minutes now and has nothing to show for it. She sees a Mr. Businessman type coming toward her, and something about it, God knows what, makes Taylor want to announce his approach. She slips first into a reggae beat, then something slinkier. And for the first time today, Taylor feels a spark and begins to whack the cowbell on the downbeat. It's pretty cool. The groove has arrived, and the groove is like a road you want to follow. She could speed the beat up, get some tom in there, but she's watching Mr. Businessman, and that seems wrong for this dude. She believes Mr. Businessman will just go on past on his way to the business hotel. And when he's gone, Taylor will switch to something else.
See how she's eyeing him up and down?
yeah.
But instead of floating on by,
Look at that.
She's what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing?
Oh, magical. Oh my gosh. Their eyes getting big.
Are we cool with this? I'm cool with it.
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
Are we good?
What's next?
He's like, give me more.
Yeah, give me
do
more.
it.
All right, here it comes.
Really dancing.
He trained for 6 months to do this. He was not a dancer.
Oh,
My 90s right there.
oh my gosh.
Can you pause just for 1 second, Juan?
Now,
So this
introduce-
redheaded woman who just shows up,
Yep.
she her boyfriend just broke up with her
Via text.
via text.
She's flipping,
She's-
dropping F-bombs.
She was
She's
at
so
work.
angry. She's coming out of this
Yeah.
deep, dark pain.
And the narrator says that as she's walking, just dropping her F-bombs, she's so angry. He says, tonight she'll put on some old music that she loved and have a drink and maybe dance to it. She loved dancing when she was in high
Yeah.
school. So that's the little bit of background we
Yeah,
have.
that's all you need.
All right.
Everybody's feeling it. Look at them. And he's in the zone. He's in the Van Morrison zone.
And she's in the zone.
Yep.
Oh, no,
Oh,
she's getting in the zone. Yeah.
Gosh.
Woo!
Pure gold. This is pure gold.
Caught his eye.
And she doesn't know, look, the lightning has struck and it's in her bones again.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on. jacket. Let's go.
Come on. Come on, little sister. Let's dance.
My sister, my bride.
Oh, Lisa, I got you. Oh.
He says, I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I'll lead, I got you.
Yeah.
Look at that smile.
Oh, she's so happy.
Pause for a minute, Juan. Yeah. So this is one of the things I just love about this movie. It wants to take you to the places of sheer joy, which are very real, but not without bypassing the places of real sorrow, real sadness. And again, sorry for the spoilers here, but
we know what's happening.
He's dying of cancer.
Brain tumor, yeah.
Brain tumor. He doesn't know it yet.
Nope.
So he's feeling these major headaches are coming on. And one of the main themes of the movie is the holding together of joy and sadness, the agony and the ecstasy. Mm-hmm. And it's the I don't think I've ever seen a movie do this as well, to hold these two together. So, well, there are Les Mis does it very well.
Yeah.
There are other stories and movies that do it, but this does it in a unique way, to hold sadness and joy together, and to say somehow they belong together. Somehow they're part of the overall
I'm thinking
picture.
It's Eucharistic. I'm thinking, by the mystery of this water and wine, may we come to share the divinity of Christ. It's the way of the cross and the way of beauty, always like commingled. You know, we just talked about our love of fall, like fall's kicking in.
Yeah.
All the beauty comes from all the death of the leaves.
Yeah.
It's all death.
And any promise of happiness that doesn't include that element, don't listen to it.
Yeah,
it's
fake.
a deception. It's a lie. It's an illusion. It's a utopia.
Yep.
It's the enemy. Jesus says to Peter, when he says, "You don't have to go to the cross.
Get behind me,
Get
Satan."
behind me, Satan."
So this is a dip into that well of sorrow, because it's like, ouch, it's not going away. But now, if we go back into the scene, he's gonna take it up and just move forward, because he can't just stop. He's gonna keep going.
It's okay. It's my glasses. It's my glasses.
See the reflection of the glass.
What I love about that is even with the performance of it, you can't half-ass it.
No.
Because as a professional, like, what am I trying to get across? The only way to get that across is for them to study for 6 months.
Yep.
And like when he looks at the drummer and he has that face, like that's he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it.
You have to
can't
really
fake that.
be in it.
Yeah. And
And that's a leap of faith.
because I've seen all this background footage and all the interviews.
Yeah.
They filmed every time they did a take. They would do the whole dance, start to finish.
Wow.
You can't interrupt that take.
No.
You can't say, hold it right there. Let's try that again. Because so they did that dance over upwards of 50 times or something over 4 days from start to finish.
Got to be authentic.
And he burnt holes in his shoes, and her toes were bleeding.
Oh my gosh.
And they just kept going. And there was this one performance, and it's the take that they used most of the footage from that we see here.
Yeah.
There's this one performance, and of course, all the extras who are around, they have to enter in over and over and over with every take. And there's this one take that everybody knew this was it. This was the one. They just captured the freedom of it.
That happens in the studio. Like there's moments, and the band, everybody knows it. When you're in the studio, you do the same thing. You play the song start to finish, and typically you do 3 or 4 takes, and there's always one that everybody's just kind of like,
that was it.
That was it.
Wow.
And you can't put it on the chalkboard as to why it's it.
Right.
You just know it is.
You know it is.
It's the performance.
Yeah.
That's what you're searching for.
Yeah.
And I think to put a look to it, it's the moment when she finds the groove on the set, where she kind of rolls her head back.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's you're entering back to that. Your feet are. You're starting off on a platform, and at that point, when you have the performance, your feet are back at the source of the inspiration of the song from where it began. And then you're giving it justice, and that's authentic.
Yeah. And when someone else feels that and willing to go where you're inviting that person, like he does when he puts his briefcase down,
Yeah.
then you can go places together that you couldn't have gone on your own. And I feel that. There's no doubt. I don't have a script when I get up to give a presentation. I have ideas of where I want to go. But no presentation I've ever given over 30 years is the same, because no audience is the same. And I'm in that I'm okay, here's my beat. I'm gonna start off with my beat. And I'm looking for who wants to dance. Who wants to enter in, right? You know this experience.
Oh, yeah. I keep thinking about I'm translating into, as an educator and as a teacher. Absolutely. It's so real. And there's always this presence, capital P presence, that all of us have to be wide open to. And I can't just dish out information.
Right.
I realize what I'm handing out, if we receive this, in particular theology of the body, it's going to rock our world.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to rock my world, even though I've been doing it. Like they tried to dance 50 times, whatever you said. I've been doing the courses for 15 years. It's always fresh.
Yeah.
Always come at it ready. And man, when people are receptive and you see their faces and the subtlest change, or it's here, or you're getting hit, the magic comes in, and the presence is so palpable. And I think that's the groove, right? That's the groove.
Do you remember experiences in your 15 years of just hitting a wall trying to get there?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. Absolutely. We call it the funk, right? It's like, I don't know what it was. It's like a bird's nest, or is it in me? Is it in the room?
Yeah.
What's going on? And that's the blessing of the intercessory prayer. It's like, and you got to just get all that crap out. Like, I'm feeling this. This is weird. There's some going on.
Do you have any little tricks for yourself to help Kool-Aid man that wall? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look up. No.
Actually, do. Look up the old Kool-Aid.
That's what we got to
Smash
do.
through that wall. Yeah, I think it's certainly, in my experience, and yours too, I'm sure, because it isn't, let me just keep talking and just do something else. It's take a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let that hold for a sec, because it's always, you could think like, well, this is an awkward silence. It's just frustrating right now. It's like, well, it's not as long as you think it is, and just let the spirit in. So just it's that relaxation, just like the drummer. Like she's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so brilliant. Every facial expression too. Try to do that somehow, and invite the other presence in because like I'm coming up short. I don't know why.
It reminds me of, from my experience and everything I know about working with you guys, we need to receive before we can give.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's a tendency for me when I was younger, I think I've talked about this before, silence was an empty canvas. It was a blank screen.
Mm.
And there's this idea that in order for me to give something, I need to put out.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is oftentimes if you overdo the outputting, you don't hear the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you just cover it with your aggressiveness.
Mm.
And I remember as an artist playing coffee shops when I lived in my van and I would travel around the US, I was up against the audience. I needed to fill the space. Otherwise, there was nothing. And I'm the one that's making something. Therefore, I had to fill the space. But there was this whole thing that switched in me when I realized that the silence was my bandmate.
Yeah.
The silence was my bandmate.
That's good.
And I need to play with the silence as another instrument and use it to make what notes are played, and I think this is a metaphor, what notes are played increase value when backed against silence. Because it doubles the meaning. If I'm not spending time to say this and only this, then this means something. But if I'm just saying, you kind of, this cacophony, this sea of words.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's one-sided. It's a monologue.
yeah, you just want to hear me speak. So I think in that silence, it's that moment, because I'm thinking about like what I've done in those moments, because I've been pushed against it. And there are moments, the thing that I've come to now after doing it for 20 years is the moments I'm feeling that wall, do exactly what you said, and step back, get small, and first be like the drummer in the film, where you just receive it, and then once you receive it, you're like in it. Your head rolls back,
Absolutely.
and now you're dancing, and somebody else picks it up,
Yep.
and they start moving, and I see them moving.
I'm thinking, here's my thought, is like, because we bump into this all the time, and we've experienced this throughout our entire lives or all of our educations, is it's typically been this monologue thing where someone's just giving me something, and then I have to at some
Well,
point
that's Charlie
give it
Brown.
back.
Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah,
wah,
and I can't. And we've been to lectures, we've heard others, we've been on forums.
wah, wah, wah,
Yes, yeah,
wah,
and it's just wah, wah, wah. And our next speaker, and it's like,
wah, wah.
oh my
Yeah, there's
God.
no dance. There's no
And
communion.
so my thing is, with what you're saying too, Mike, is everything's dialogue.
Yeah.
Everything, whether you're a musician, artist, teacher, whatever, there's always dialogue. I was just recently on a forum, and it's kind of like a list of speakers, and here's my angle, but I can't not say, "How's it going out there?
Yeah.
How's this hitting you?"
Right.
I can't not
Yeah,
make it a
I'm the-
dialogue.
yes.
Otherwise, where's the crop,
Yeah.
fruit? Where's the stuff rising up? I'm not just wah, and thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how are you doing out there?
And
Is it bearing fruit?
to invite the communion is to take a risk
Yeah.
and invite others to take the risk. And you can't force them to take the risk.
Absolutely.
And
That's
this-
delicate right there.
This movie addresses that same thing too. When we go back to his childhood and he's at the middle school dance,
Oh, yeah.
and he and Kat had been practicing
the tall-
those dances, the
yeah,
tall
she's- yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
like a foot taller than he is.
Yeah.
I relate to that.
Yes, you do. Tell our audience why you
My
relate to
wife
that, Mike.
is my great height hope. She's significantly taller than
You are 5.
I'm 5'5". Well, I would say 5'5". My daughter would say 5'4", 5'3".
So you're between 5'4" and 5'5".
Somewhere in that region.
And your wife
She's
is,
a nice 6 foot.
and I admire you for that. And we could do a whole episode on that, Mike.
I would
If you
love
want
that.
to.
I would love it. We could bring in a basketball net. I can try to dunk. It'd be great.
Hey, Spud McKenzie, man. Think
Yeah, I
about
know.
it.
I know about Spud. Hey, feel free to skip this ad if you want, but I just wanted to let you know that besides this podcast, We also independently have events that we do around the world. If you're interested in knowing how you can come out and see us and be part of what we're doing, the details are down below. Check it out, and we hope to see you out on the road soon.
So in the middle school dance scene,
back to you.
Kat is a foot taller than he is, and she says, "Oh, we need to do this at the middle school dance." And he's like, "I don't know. I'm so much shorter.
Sick.
I feel
I'm feeling kind of sick."
Yeah, and
excuses.
Before that scene, when she's proposing to him that we do it, he says, "I'm afraid they're going to laugh at me."
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Afraid they're going to laugh
named
at
it
me
right away. Yeah.
And to understand what's going on here, we have to go back to the very first scene in the movie, which I know because I've seen it 5 times.
We know, Christopher.
Do you know the very first scene in the movie?
I contain multitudes.
Well, it's right before. It's
reading,
before that.
It's a classroom
before
setting.
that. Yeah, it's the classroom setting, but the camera's panning in the hallway of the classroom before it goes into the classroom, and we see flyers on the billboard in the school. One's for the math club, and one's for the dance club. This is the main theme of the whole movie.
That's right.
What is the relationship between math/science and art /dance?
Hemisphere, right
left hemisphere, right here.
Grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. How do we hold these two together?
The grandma's a dancer. The grandfather's a math. Is
Yeah,
an
it's
accountant.
But dance is math.
And that's right.
Yeah.
That's where it's coming together.
Yeah.
Dance 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right. The grandfather in that speech, played brilliantly by Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Skywalker for all you.
Yeah. Really, really well.
And yet his grandfather's trying to hold it together. And yet, remember the scene so well acted by the 12-year-old kid when, right in that scene, his grandfather says, "And you know what else math will tell you? Statistics can predict your future. And statistics tell you that there's a higher chance that you're going to be drafted by a major league sport team than you'll make a living as a dancer." And his face just goes. So his grandfather has taken his passion away. You'll never be able to make a living as a dancer. When he dances on the street with the drummer and they're packing up the drums, the guy who's helping to pack up the drums says, "Are you a professional dancer?" And so this is a theme of the dreams we have in us that get squashed,
But never go away.
that never go away,
right.
and they're still in there.
Yeah.
Still in there, thank God. Saint Irenaeus, the glory of God is man fully alive. That's what this movie is to me. It's those buried places in our lives that get a chance, if we're paying attention, to still come back. But it goes back to that memory from middle school when his grandfather just stole his thunder. You need to join the math club, not the dance club, to become an accountant. You'll never make a living as a dancer. And it's right in that place of having the wind taken out of his sails that he goes to the middle school dance where they had prepared to do this number. And he says, "No, my leg hurts. I don't feel like it."
Yeah.
But then do you remember what inspires him to finally do the dance in the middle school?
There's the teacher, right? She said something. She pulled him
She
aside.
pulls him aside, but then he goes outside. And do you remember what he sees?
A
Shooting star.
A shooting star. Yeah.
And he later says, "The stars are not just math; they also dance." And that's what enabled him to go back in and do the dance in middle school.
Can I say really quick?
Yeah.
What when we're talking about the dance scene, what the image that the reality that was swirling in my head was how God is the drummer, right? And God is the drummer, and we could walk by, or we can allow ourselves to hear the rhythm being laid out before us at all times. We always have a soundtrack. I'm having images of "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," that movie where they have a walking theme music, and every
Great
time
correlation.
they walk down the street, and he's kind of like, "Well, who is that? This is my theme music." But we always have that.
always do.
And until we allow ourselves to quiet down enough to hear the cowbell and to hear, and then what happens next is we immediately, to give it meaning, we associate it with a memory.
Oh, yeah.
And we find ourselves saying, going to that place. But what took it to the next level is when you were just talking about how the dreams never die. Like, God is always, I'm having the memory, we were doing with Walter Mitty, right?
Yeah,
God is always using that drum beat.
That's right.
To take us out of ourselves and connect. Like, he's always fishing for that dream because that was given to us at a young age. And the reason it ties us to the creator.
Yeah.
Like those dreams of being a dancer, he didn't want to be a dancer to make money.
Right.
He wanted to be a dancer because it gave him freedom.
Yes.
Freedom for what? To be human.
Yeah.
To be fully alive and human. And we're always invited to that. At every moment.
Beautiful.
We allow it.
And which he tasted in that kitchen scene when he was young from his grandma, who just did that little finger wave and started going. And what's wild too, thinking about her backstory, the reason Chuck's being raised by his grandparents is the tragic death of his parents and his and this unborn
sister
sibling
in the womb. Yeah,
and the fact that the grandma was in so much darkness for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So that dance was like the liberation of her opening up again in the quiet and stillness to the music, which changed his life. Oh man.
This is what the narrator says about that grief, what
she went through,
she went through, and his grandfather went through, because
they went in different directions.
Yeah, so the narrator says, Albie, the grandfather, played by Mark Hamill, after the death of his son? Yeah, his son and daughter-in-law, and the unborn grandchild. Albie was his name. Albie processed his grief by turning to his two absolutes, numbers as an accountant and alcohol. Sarah, the grandmother, though, could find no joy in her usual pleasures. I love this expression. Listen to this. She loved the flavors of life, music, art, and food, but now found the world quiet and gray and flavorless. Again, this willingness in this movie to look at abject suffering. This movie is what's the Latin expression? Memento mori.
Remember death.
Remember death. Like the reminder that death is inevitable. And this
the whole movie's
framed. The whole movie's
yes, it's death.
It's saying it's looking at death, but saying there's also joy in it. There's joy in this life. And there are moments when heaven breaks through. And after we see at the opening scene of the movie, we see the dance club flyer and the math club flyer, which is going to frame the whole movie. The first thing we hear in the movie is a line from a Walt Whitman poem. Listen to this. This is what we hear. Very first words of the movie. It is not chaos or death. It is form, union, plan. It is eternal life. It is happiness. That's the opening line of the movie.
That's it.
And this dance, his willingness to enter the dance, despite all his suffering, his willingness to hear that beat, feel that beat, enter in, despite all his suffering, and even in the midst of the dance, his brain tumor's kicking in.
Yeah.
It's this invitation. It's not chaos or death that's the final word. It's form. Right? There's the music, there's the dance. It's union. There's the drummer and the feel in it. It's plan. There's something bigger going on. It's eternal life.
Okay, so you just named everything he experienced with his grandmother in the kitchen.
Yes.
She's in the darkness.
Yes.
She allows herself to start dancing, doing the finger wave. And the union then becomes, what does she do next? She notices him noticing.
Yes.
He receives the gift. She invites him in. And from that point forward, she starts teaching him, which is the eternal life.
So this is exactly right.
Yeah.
So doesn't she say, "Come here"?
Yes. So
which is wild.
Come here, little brother.
The grandmother says to her grandson, "Come on, little brother, let's dance."
Because he says.
So that's what he says all those years later. Come on, little sister, let's dance.
This movie's better than this.
I know. You got to see it again.
I do got to see it again.
So listen to this. So the narrator's saying this. She's in the midst of her grief. She loved the flavors of life, music, art, and food. But now she found the world quiet and gray and flavorless. Then he says, some of the good feelings came back into the house with time. There were a lot of takeout meals after the accident. Interesting. You're in suffering. You don't, it's so hard to express joy
To create.
and create
Even a meal.
in
The
right.
most basic thing.
So there were a lot of takeout meals after the accident. But around the time Chuck turned 10, his grandma started cooking again. Heaven's coming back in, right? There's a light, right? She's opening her heart again. She liked rock and roll while she was cooking. Music Chuck would have thought was much too young for her, but which she clearly enjoyed. And what we're hearing is Wang Chung, Dance Hall Days. And the lyrics, so the music, right? The music's playing, she's tapping first with the spoon, and then she goes like this. And this is what the older Chuck remembers in the street, right? He remembers his grandmother doing this and tapping on the pot. But the lyrics, all of this is what makes it such good art. The way, listen to these lyrics. Take your baby by the hand, make her do a high handstand, take your baby by the heel, do the next thing that you feel. This invitation to freedom, right? And she reaches out and says, "Come on, little brother, let's dance." And she does this with her hand, which he also does.
He also does later in life.
And then you see him just dancing in the kitchen over lots of time, and she's teaching him to dance. And the lyrics we're hearing now are, "When I, you, and everyone we knew could believe, do, and share in what was true. I say, sharing what was true." This is they're sharing in what is true. This is the truest thing there is when man is fully alive.
Not death, not chaos, not gray
Right.
darkness.
And not just math.
Not just math.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
stars are not
especially
just
not
math,
just math.
as his grandfather tells him. The stars also dance. The stars also dance. And it's that I mean, there's a mournful dance too, right? It's not to poo-poo the grief, but to incorporate the grief into the dance. Jesus says, we played the flute and you didn't dance. We sang a dirge and you didn't mourn.
I love that word, dirge.
Yeah, that's a great
Right?
word.
Like those who are willing to mourn are also willing to dance. If you're just numb, if you're just flat, anesthetized, you're not going to feel the pain, but you're also not going to feel the joy.
And how prevalent in this world always is to anesthetize and be numb.
Yeah.
But it's only those that have the ability to listen and break through it.
Oh.
Those are the Van Morrisons on stage. That's the moment. That's
Yes,
what you're looking
yes,
for,
yes.
to fall into that slipstream. That's what people are coming to pay. They're paying for, to witness somebody show us, remembering the music, that it's not just math and that there's actual flowers on the ends of these thorny stems.
Yes. Feel free to skip this ad if you like, but I just wanted to invite you, if you're enjoying what you're hearing here on Word Made Fresh, please subscribe. Please share these episodes with others. Leave some comments. And if you want to continue the journey with us, follow Mike Mangione, Bill Donaghy, and yours truly, Christopher West, on our personal social media. And all of those links are in the description below.
I want to go back into something you said too about. Never do that.
I have to pull it.
Watch a previous episode to know why. So the moment you were talking about, Mike, just the essential nature of the pause and the be still and the wait in that epic dance scene when the groove descends and everybody gets electrified. I mean, notice this, right? There's not a single person holding up a smartphone videoing the dance.
Oh, thank you.
If this was real life, everybody would be videoing the dumb thing and contracepting the lightning bolt of the groove getting to their own heart. They're making sure they got it. But everybody there wasn't anything in the way. So everybody was open and then starting to do the little move. And that's what's essential is this, we maybe said it before, like the lacuna, the unfilled space. I'm just open. And that's the tragedy of the day, is that we're just instantly trying to capture it so we can look at it later. Instead of just be naked right now. Right. Be naked like David before the ark and just like strip down and just let it hit you. I just love that. But it's wild, right? Only in movies will we see that authentic, what it used to look like. Everybody's just enjoying it. They're not trying to like bottle it. They're just letting it radiate out, and they're open and receptive. Oh.
What I thought of too was in that scene where you're looking at the crowd all gathered and in a circle, was I just reflect on myself. Like the first thing I think of is I could never do that. I could never be the guy dancing. And then I think of how I would feel seeing it. And just to be completely honest, there would be a part of me that might be uncomfortable watching it. What's this guy doing?
Yeah.
And then the camera pans and you see people that are into it, how important it is just not for the individual to be inspired and take that step, but it's also important for the other people to be bold enough to affirm it through their openness to receive it as a viewer.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking of that clip of the guy at the concert.
The
one guy dancing.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Juan, bring this video up. I use it in the new evangelization course of the How to Start a Movement. The guy dancing on the hill.
Yes.
and you have like example. For me, I thought of that clip that we'll watch. Loki guy, I can't remember. I don't know.
Tom Hiddleston.
He's the unmoved mover. He's the initial dancer, right? Yeah. But to me, I'm so impressed by the second person that runs down there because that's the person. There's almost a sense where the first guy, you're like, well, he's just a nutcase. He's that guy. That's just George being George. Right? You know? But it's the second guy that says yes and resonates with his crazy vibration. Wow. That like, that's what inspires me, and how much we need that.
Did you find it? All right, let's take a look. This is so instructive. I show this course, or I show this video in my course on the new evangelization as a way of how do we evangelize.
Easy to follow. Now here comes
the
first.
To the start. There we go.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is overglorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Yeah, I've struggled with that. It's the having the guts to be a follower and give other people encouragement. Like I benefit so much from, and I've talked about this before, like because I see there's so much insecurity in me that I have a hard time having other people like, it's just insecurity. Like I don't want to be seen this way or seen, be embarrassed. But
Can I press into that a little bit?
yeah.
You said when you saw the dance scene in Life of Chuck, you think, what did you say? I couldn't be that guy, or how did you say it? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
I would be afraid to be that guy.
Yeah, I'd be like, what's...
Yeah. So this is why this scene meant so much to me, because of my own hang-ups here and my own fears here. And I used to really resent when I'd see people be free. I resented it because I knew how unfree I was. There was this kid in high school a year behind me who was a great actor for the school plays and stuff in high school, and I resented the heck out of him because I knew I had somewhere in me the ability to be an actor on stage, but I was so afraid. I never went out for a school play. I was so hung up, so locked up, and whenever I saw somebody with a gift and he was free, I resented it. But I've come to honor it and appreciate when people are free. Like this is why the scene made me like I was a basket case on the airplane when I first saw this, and the divine orchestration behind it. Which I can't get into all the details, but I'll just get into briefly. The night before, I'm in Germany giving a presentation to a religious community on the Blessed Mother. And I had told a story of being in Mexico City, leading a pilgrimage. And I was going through all the theology and messaging, Hilma, which I love. And I had pointed out that she's dancing on Hilma. And if you don't know that, one of her knees is bent and she's in this posture of doing the Aztec victory war dance.
Holding a little maraca.
Yeah, she's holding a little beanbag in there, and shaking it. And we had a Down syndrome boy on the pilgrimage with his mom. He was about 16 maybe. And he came up to me after my talk, and we were standing in front of this mock-up of the tilma that I had. And he asked if he could talk to me, and I was very interested that he wanted to talk to me because he was really shy and didn't talk to many people. And he said to me, he just came up beside me, he goes, "Christopher." I said, "Yes, Daniel." He said, "She dances with me. She dances with me." And I said, "Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice." And I had to pack up, and we had to get to our next thing.
Yeah.
And Jason was standing right by my side and saw this whole thing happen. And he knows me very well. He said, "Christopher, take your teacher's hat off. Go back to Daniel and ask him what he wanted to tell you again. You're the student. He's the teacher."
Ooh, God bless Jason
Yeah.
for that word.
So I go back. I was like, "Oh, shit." Jason was like, "Yeah, you're right, Jason." So I go back. I said, "Daniel, can you tell me again what you were telling me about the Blessed Mother?" And he comes up to me, goes, "She dances with me. And she wants to dance with you." And I was like, it's just like pierced me. And that night I'm in my hotel room. And I'm like, "Blessed Mother, I know you're trying to do something here. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to teach me? Help me to take my teacher's hat off and receive and learn." And oftentimes when I'm in a place of prayer like that, a memory will come. Memory, immediately. I'm 17 years old. It's 1986. I'm at the homecoming dance at my high school. And I had just started falling in love with this girl named Janine. And we freaking tore it up on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And it was the whole dance floor forms in a circle.
Wow.
And I'm falling in love for the first time in my life. I'm dancing
with dance.
I'm dancing with this pretty girl, and everybody's cheering us on. And it was up to
The
that
life of Christopher.
up to that stage in my life, it was the freest experience I had ever had. And then Monday morning, guess what happens? I get the shit knocked out of me by all of my friends for the dance. And for the next 2 years of high school, I'd be mocked by people. They'd mock the way I was dancing. And the turtle just goes back in his shell. And so why did this memory come to me in that moment of prayer when Daniel says, she wants to dance with you?
Gosh.
Because this place in me that is so, it's exactly the scene of Chuck where he says when he's 12 years old, I'm afraid they're going to laugh at me.
Oh my gosh. That's why you were a blubbering,
I was an absolute
idiot in a
blubbering
plane.
mess on the airplane when Chuck let it rip. Because I want to be that free.
Yeah.
I want to be that free. And that on that trip to Mexico City, it was December 12th. We were there for the feast day of Guadalupe.
Yeah.
And there are tens of thousands of native Mexicans in the square, in groups of like 100. And they've hiked from the mountains, man. They are on pilgrimage for miles and miles and miles to get there. And they're dressed in their native garb, and they have drums, and they're dancing. They are dancing. And I'm on the outskirts watching these dances happening. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I can't, I want to, and I can't. I'm just so locked up.
Yeah.
So I'm relating to what you're saying about that place of fear and insecurity.
But what's resonating with me is the significance of Our Lady of Guadalupe is not, for me, how did she speak to the Aztec people?
In their language.
In their language. She came and spoke in their language.
Dressed as they dressed.
Dressed as they dress. And how, in this movie, is the Lord speaking to Chuck is in the language that he understood. And how was the Lord speaking to his grandmother? It was in the language that she understood, which was dance. And it's through, I read this morning, reading the scriptures, what must we become? Jesus says,
Little children.
little children. And what do children not have?
It's that self-consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, put on music for a toddler and he dances.
We're being called to go there.
Yeah.
And the beauty is that what are people coming to the events and to concerts to see other people
who are free.
To take the rattle.
That's right.
And Daniel and just dance.
And that brings me kind of full circle to what I was saying earlier about when it's a funny dynamic, but when I'm on stage in front of 500 people, I can dance.
You're dancing.
I'm dancing. When I was in the square at Mexico City, I couldn't. Yeah, what is that? There's something there is an enemy who does not want us to dance.
That's precisely the point.
Yeah.
We're trying to be anesthetized.
Yeah.
We're being given our self-consciousness and our shame and a hyper awareness to anesthetize and keep us at bay. But we need to be free. We need to be the lion. We need to be Van Morrison in the studio barking like a lion.
Just doing it. And it's so fast. I'm just fascinated by this word dance. Because to dance is to receive music into it. And it's to let yourself go. It's not a static thing at all. It's
not math.
And so I think it's just such a dividing line. Like, I love to dance. I hate to dance. Like dance, wedding. And how many people go to wedding receptions and you got those who don't and those who do and those who are on the edge. And it's just such an enigmatic word. Because it's so pregnant. Like everything in life is right there.
I went to the school I went to is called Catholic High, Lancaster Catholic High. And it was the Catholic High.
Why is that funny to you, Mike?
I just think it's like it was for creativity.
But look how what happened to me watching this movie. Catholic High dance, that dance we just saw was a Catholic High dance. It's that universal freedom, Catholic. It was high. It was like the guy's high, not on drugs, on the music, on the joy, on the freedom. And like when I took that memory, I had to revisit that memory of that Catholic High dance again, having watched this movie and why I got repressed, why I locked down, the turtle went back in his shell. And I was dancing with Mary on the dance floor. And Mary became fascinating for my own heart that the grandmother is played by Mia Farrow from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
She was Ferris Bueller's girlfriend, for crying out loud. Now she's being cast as a grandmother, which is a little marker in time. Sobering. But she reaches out and says, "Come on, little brother, let's dance." In my prayer, that became Mary. Saying to me, "Come on, little brother, let's dance. Come on." And it became, in my own heart, my own experience, in my own interior world, dancing with Mary is a Catholic high.
Yeah. Nice.
That's and that's every Springsteen song. That's the unique quality of Springsteen, is that he, through the speakers, is saying, "Come on, little brother.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're born to run."
Dancing in the dark.
And all of us have this, it's not dance for everybody. It's for her, the drums.
Yeah.
For me, it's performance, like music. But, I have a friend, David Leiberg, who's just an amazing artist. And for him, his accepting the sound of the maraca and of freeing himself is the pen.
Yeah.
We all have
something.
We all have this invitation.
A groove.
That's why Guadalupe, getting back to that point, is she's speaking the language. The Lord's going to speak to you
in your own language.
Yeah. It's like the Mercy Street from Peter Gabriel was written about Anne Sexton. Anne Sexton, I hope that's who. Can you look up Anne Sexton? I believe was an author, but the story Peter Gabriel was talking about, the song Mercy Street that he was writing for this author.
An American poet?
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Was she... Yeah. And I hope I'm not butchering this story, but that she was appreciated for her beauty, and she oftentimes would allow herself to be used and sexualized because she saw that as her value. And she went into the confessional. The priest, he's the doctor, he can handle the shot. And he told her that she needs to write, because she was confessing this to him, that these are her sins, these are the things that she subjected herself to and she wasn't fully recognizing her value. She thought her value was 100% on the surface, and therefore, if this is what you want, take it. And now I'm in control, right? I have the freedom to give you this. And the priest said he knew of her writing. He knew that she was a writer. And he said, "Anne, you need to write. That's where God's going to speak to you through your typewriter." And the beauty of her, and eventually she died, right? But the beauty is that her value hasn't been through her sexuality in that sense.
Right.
And her objectivity.
Being objectified by men, right?
But her value is the words that she's written on a page. It's the way in which God spoke to her through her typewriter.
Thank you, God, for that priest who had the wisdom to speak to her.
Right.
And all of us are called to encounter God in that way. Like the Aztec people were met through an image of Mary that they could understand, they can conceptualize. We are all being led. God is playing that beat for us.
That's right.
In a way that we're gonna receive it.
I'm just, it gets me excited just thinking about, materiality and the textures of it all and the things that spark our interest. It's the guitar, it's the drums, it's paint, it's poems, it's nature. Just people being wide open in lacuna moments to just like, where am I going to get moved? And then I can like take hold of it and make something out of it, and just, which will then become magnetic for other people. Because how often that's not my expertise or my discipline, or I don't even know but man, you're so one with this, whatever it is, that I'm going to circle around and like, because you're in the dance. You know,
well, you're putting your finger on another theme of this movie, which is that within each of us is a universe.
We contain multitudes.
We can contain multitudes. That's one of the main ideas from that Walt Whitman poem. That within each person is, and this is true to Catholic anthropology, right? You speak often of the macrocosm and the microcosm, that the person is the microcosm of the macrocosm, that you can look at the universe and realize, this is one of the lines in the movie, yes, the universe contains multitudes, but the universe also contains me. And within me, there are multitudes. Within me, there's a starlit night.
I'm hearing Dylan. I paint landscapes.
And I paint nudes. I contain multitudes.
It's both and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are 7 billion-year-old carbon. And we got to make our way back to the garden.
Ooh.
Isn't that
Who's
Crosby,
that?
Stills, and Nash, Woodstock?
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are 7 billion-year-old carbon. We got to get back to the garden. Something like that. Yeah.
Oof. Let's get back to the garden.
Amen.
Amen.
I like that.